I should be the president. Yes, I realize that's quite the statement, but in keeping with every single SMP stereotype ever, the QuickCraft SMP, a month-long Minecraft server where players have 5 lives to survive, is holding an election for president, and I want it to be me. But you may be asking, Mr. Bendigo, I don't feel so good. Sorry, what you might actually be asking is, Mr. Bendigo, how on earth does this election work? Well, talkative viewer, it works just like this. The election is split into 3 parts. Number 1, the announcement. Number 2, the debates. And number 3, the final. Yes, I know they don't really call it that in politics, but it's Minecraft. First up, the announcement, where I simply had to declare my party and manifestos. Simple, right? Well, seeing as my server running business had left me with little idea of A, what we literally stood for, and B, what we metaphorically stood for, actually, not so easy. Coolio stands for Cabinet of Overly Lovely and Intelligent Officers, and we wish to offer you a bright new future for the residents of the QuickCraft SMP. We all know, and it's no secret, that this server will be, is and will eventually prove to be an absolute bloodbath. I regret to inform you that my vice president has already had to defend himself against assassination attempts within only a few minutes of our arrival. Yep, you heard that right. Shroom, Coolio's vice presidential candidate, and my corner crew teammate was gunned down by Mr. Crispybacon 341 within minutes of arriving at the election. The world of politics was already proving to be a dangerous one, and with Oppuentia delivering a smooth and well-informed speech,
the person who died because they were warned not to commit a crime and continued to commit said crime.
We would need to step up our game.
Crime is not something that we allow in the AOF.
I mean, listen to that voice. He would be heading the campaign for the Authority and Order Front, which promised prosperity, unity, and compliance by means of a collective living space known as the Citadel. Already sounded a little too imposing for me, but for the others, it was perfect. Thankfully, though, we had another campaign up our sleeve, and it wasn't the presidential one. Well, it kind of was. It was a marketing campaign. And after delivering an election ad that is sure to sweep up at this year's Oscars, and if that's not enough to convince you to vote Coolio, well, at least we touched grass. Wait, no. It was time for the debates. However, before that, tragedy struck. Following his murder by hands of Crispybacon 341, my corner crew teammate and vice presidential candidate, Shroom, was eliminated from the server. This left me not only without a vice presidential candidate for Coolio, but also without a teammate. For the first time in the QuickCraft SMP, I was truly alone. No colleagues, no allies, no friends, just me against the AOF. And with basically nothing left to lose except my own lives, I stepped up to the pedestal, ready to show the people of QuickCraft why they should refuse the dictatorship that the AOF would impose upon them and instead vote for Coolio. Work alongside the server, not randomly implant things upon it.
Randomly implant things upon it? Who's randomly implanted anything upon the server?
Nothing yet. All I'm acknowledging is that at Coolio, our policy is that we hope to work alongside the server.
Mm-hmm.
The people are as much a part of Coolio
Yeah, but
as
what's the debate here?
we are a part of the in charge of the server.
There we go. That's better. I can speak into my microphone now.
Ah, yes.
What are you trying to imply here?
Sorry, that might have been a bit close.
I am trying to. I am not attempting to imply anything. Merely defend the cruel accusations you put before Coolio.
He's
Right.
just watching.
I suppose we begin at the obvious point. And I do not mean the fact that your protector, who once again, we'll discuss later, is a murderer, is also
Got a question.
standing
How
in
many
that
lives have you
position.
got
It's that position that bothers me, Opluenter, you see. But
How-
I have a
How
point.
many lives have you got left?
Several. Which
This
brings
is interesting. This is interesting.
me on to
Put it
my,
away. Put it away.
which brings me on. I'm not even going to look over there, Opluenter. I'm going to look at you because I
Guess
trust.
what it was. Guess what it was. Guess what it was.
I don't know, but I'm going to look at you because
It
I.
was a golden carrot.
Okay, but I'm looking at you because I trust you. What I am going to ask is, remind me, Opluenter, how long have you been on the server for?
You seem
Anywho,
to be putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that Bacon rightfully killed your vice president because your vice president was stealing from Bacon.
that is to be discussed another time, and were either of us.
I find it quite funny how you keep avoiding it when I begin to strike back.
Well, I think it's. I
Are
think
you
it's.
pro kleptomania?
I think it's.
You a kleptomaniac?
No.
Is your former vice president a kleptomaniac? Why, I pray tell, was he on Bacon's horse? And why do you continue to defend him, considering he stole the property of this fine Bacon right here, who
Those-
worked hard, who earned that horse?
Those are the actions of my
A
vice
dead person
Those are the actions of my vice
who
president.
you condoned.
He is a dead person only
Who you
because
condoned at the time of his living.
Mr. Crispybacon acted out of turn. In what situation is theft? I will admit, the horse was not a good thing to steal. The horse is obviously a prized item, and I can totally see the logic on both sides. But even if someone stole a car, imagine somebody stolen a really nice, expensive car, and the
In a
owner.
world without police force, one must take into your own hands, which is the reason you need the authority and order front,
Well,
because we have it number one in our order, or is it three? I can't remember. It's one or three. Is compliance, creating a law.
Well, whichever of us are to make it into office, I look forward to that, to the inevitable court case, because while I'm not going to say that Mr. Shroom was totally in the right, in fact, that would be a stupid thing to say. Mr. Shroom was obviously not totally in the right, but okay, I'm going to stop myself there because, as you can tell from my frantic mumbling, it didn't go exactly to plan. And while it wasn't as much of an abysmal failure as the prior announcement, it still could have been a whole lot better. But alas, none of that mattered anymore. It was now time to find out who would be declared the president of the QuickCraft SMP. Today we will find out whether it will be Coolio, the cabinet of overly lovely and intelligent officers, or the AOF, the Authority and Order Front, who form the government of the QuickCraft SMP. As you could see, we've had a few updates over the last few days. AOF recently won the opinion vote within the server itself,
100%.
and recent snapshots have shown that AOF is in the lead on the voting. However, that could all change, and none of that could matter, although it probably will, as we are about to find out who has won the QuickCraft.
Giving Benjamin dirt.
Will you stop throwing dirt at him?
Oh yeah, up your answer, check the sign he has.
Yeah, I'll throw something else.
Whatever I see at the end of this response will be the president of this beautiful nation, and whoever it is, I want to say I wish you the best of luck. I could be
I
speaking
want
for
to know the
myself,
already.
Statistics.
though
I
I'm
want to know
likely
the
not.
percentages.
Right. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what it is because since I've released my video, the amount of responses have not changed at all, which is actually very depressing. But I can now confirm the winner of the QuickCraft SMP elections with the 76.9% lead is the cabinet of no, I'm joking. It's the Authority and Order Front. AOF, congratulations.
AOF. AOF. We're expecting this, but thank you.
I'm inside of you.
Speak.
Either way, your
Sample?
presence is required.
You're of compliance.
Of the state of QuickCraft. Welcome to the new regime. Great Overseer, or High Overseer. We will ensure order and peace in the server. Extensive surveillance.
Welcome to Citadel. This.
Rebellion, very quickly. Is that going to be a very useful?
What are you doing? All right, can we have a clean up down on aisle 4?
If you don't come back here, I will kill you right now.
Why? Ow. No, hey.